Certainly, I think, just to put in some context, we've been certainly at the front lines, since last April in terms of testing for COVID, right? So to date, we've processed more than 2 million PCR tests in both UK and in Hong Kong. So working, very closely with governments as well as private organizations, such as, English Premier League, Disney, etc. wise, right? So when we think about the new normal, we're actually thinking it's going to definitely be a combination of vaccines and testing. So we are already in multiple discussions in both UK and in Hong Kong in terms of travel bubbles. So certainly that will actually involve testing in the airports, pre-departure and on arrival, and certainly involve a combination of both the vaccine and the testing. So certainly when we also think about the new norm, it's going to involve rapid testing. It's also going to be very, very critical, because certainly no one wants to basically wait at the airport for hours and hours, right? So certainly we've already set up, at least for Prenetics wise, we're already testing in 6 airports in the UK, Heathrow, Manchester, Stansted, Luton, etc., offering pre-departure testing. The next goal is actually offering arrival testing. Here in Hong Kong, we actually set up, we actually converted a smoking lounge to be our laboratory in Hong Kong International. So we're the only accredited laboratory in Hong Kong International. So then the goal there is actually to facilitate testing for the travel bubble. And certainly I think the government's looking to make an announcement very imminently in the next 1 to 2 weeks in terms of the first countries involving with that. Testing has actually, right now, currently wise, there's no shortage, right? And then so certainly, globally, early on in the pandemic, there was a big shortage globally of testing reagents, etc. I think many companies around the world, including us, have made efforts to do significantly increased capacity. Just for reference sharing wise, here in Hong Kong, we actually have the largest testing COVID laboratory, so we are able to process over 30,000 tests on a daily basis. Right now, we're still processing roughly about 15 to 20,000 tests daily. Much of this is on behalf of the government. And when we think about testing wise, I think certainly many people may ask, how long will the testing be here for? At least from our conversations with governments and airports globally, we're forecasting until earliest, even with the vaccine rollout, until end of 2022. And so when we're bidding out a lot of these contracts, etc., these tenders, so everything is pointing to at least at the earliest 2022 for testing to be in place. And certainly the key thing in the future is, again, going back to rapid testing.